welcome back to Shave with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all. On Tuesday. So like I mentioned the other day, most of this week are 2 to 10 shifts, and today is no exception. Friday's a double. So that's going to be like a 3 to 6 in the morning type thing. But anyway, just the way it goes sometimes. Anyway, it's Tuesday, so I got up. I slept longer than I planned. Poor doggies. Had to wait to go out. So what they've learned that when I'm sleeping, they sleep usually. But anyhow, so they got their walk. I think Miss Luna's piled up on the bed back there. If not, she will be before long. But anyhow, got a little French Market cafe and good old coffee and chicory going on. That's going to be good. So someone the other day said they wanted to see an auto strop. I hadn't shaved with an auto strop in a while. So I took that to mean an actual auto strop and not a valet auto strop. And people just group them all into one, but they're distinctly separate things. The auto strop came before the valet auto strop. There's a really interesting story there, and every time I shave with a valet or an auto strop, I'd say, hey, there's a really interesting story there. And the guy basically blackmailed Gillette is what came up to, because he had a patent on the blade. Anyway, so that's when it became valet auto strop, is my understanding. But I have a couple of auto strops, and I have one that is kind of the prize of my collection, and it's this one. As you notice, the box is basically pristine. It's one of the most beautiful boxes, and this would have been from the 1920s, right? And it's not all torn in the back or anything. When you open it up, you got that beautiful auto strop A1 in there, which we're going to get a better look at. And then you got the cardboard blade banks there. But the razor I haven't shined up. It's not too badly tarnished, but that's an A1. The A2, as you might recall, I've got one of those I shave with, and it's got the square ballard under here, and I don't really see why they did that. Definitely don't think it added anything. This one's already got a blade in it. Now you remember in the valet auto strops, you got the little lever under the bottom to raise the head up and down for loading the blade. With just the auto strop, there's a button you push, and it pushes the guard forward there. And I'm gonna rinse this off before I use it. That wasn't too bad. Anyway, so that's how that worked. And then you make sure the blade is back behind. This one's already got a blade in it, and we're going to assume that it's a good blade. But it is one of the feather blades, and you know you can buy blades that still fit these. They're feather blades from Japan. Apparently, Japan at some point had a license, and they were building valets auto strops. And I don't know that whole story either. But anyway, you can still get from feather a single edge blade that works just fine. Get the stainless. Don't get the carbon steel. They're trash and you can't sharpen them or whatever. Don't listen to what people tell you. If they tell you can make them shavable, they ain't. They're good for the utility blade. Auto strop, valet auto strop made a utility blade and cigar cutter. And they're good for that. But they're not good for shaving. But anyway, you can still get the stainless. They're a little more expensive. And since this is one of the, since these slide in here, you can see here where they slide in. You can modify a regular blade. You can de-spine a regular single edge blade and trim the corners off of it. I've got videos where we do that. And you can use it. But some of the valet auto strops, you have to have blade with the cutouts in it, or it's just the way it is. All right, so since it's Tuesday, we normally would do, or we have before done, Turkish Tuesdays. Well, we're not shaving with a Turkish razors today, so I'm going to call it Touch of Turkey Tuesday. But we've got some Turkish soap. This is the Shave Factory soap that I can get here over in Lafayette, pretty local. It's a Turkish-made soap. It's not identical to Arco or by any chance, but it's similar. It's got that similar type scent to it, although this is not the same scent. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not the same. It's just similar. And then we've got our Turkish aftershave here, the Barber Deluxe, number 13. We're going to have that. And then to make it a little more of a touch, hello, how you doing, Miss Luna? What are you chasing? You see a no sin flying around? We got the little Timazelle Turkish boar brush. So there we go. Are you going to sit and watch? Okay, that's fine too. Got an audience today. Miss Luna decided to come in. Or no, she changed her mind. Back to the bed she goes. Okay. Typical woman, changing her mind all the time. That's okay. I still love you, Luna. And Hash Brown too, because if he's listening, he'll get jealous. Can't do one without something for the other one. Alright. So the Shave Factory is your typical, in my book, Turkish soap. It's got that kind of typical scent to it, like I said. It lathers really well, and it works really good. And that's pretty much the best thing I can say about these Turkish soaps. I may have added a little bit too much water that time. I was talking, and I think I dipped the brush a little deep. But, that's what we're doing. We're just putting a little moisture on the end of the brush, and then we work up our lather by getting a paste on a brush. That's what we're looking for here. And then we're going to face lather the way God intended. Although not everybody understands that. But that's okay, too. That's okay, too. I mean, there's a couple different ways to do things. There's usually Fuzzy's way and then the wrong way, right? So, there are people that do it other ways. Nah, that's not really what I think. But I do think, I don't know, maybe back in my younger days, starting out on this, maybe I bowl lathered more. I don't know. But I am definitely a dedicated face lather, unless I'm using a scuttle. Then I might not be, but anyway, as you can see, as I said, there is nothing to getting a good lather out of this soap. Now I can drive over to Lafayette. This is one of the items. Well, I used to be able to. Now I haven't been over there in a while. Last time I went over there, they didn't have any more Williams. They had sold out of the Williams. I was really hoping they'd have some because they always had a bunch, but it got bought up. So anyway, I don't know if they still carry this or not, but they did. I'm planning a trip over there. Supposed to have gone over there a couple of weeks ago. That didn't work out, but I'm planning a trip over to. They got a store over there. It's called Drug Emporium, and oh yeah, it blades just fine. Probably the second use on it. I don't think I showed you, and I should have showed you. It's a couple of days worth of growth here. But anyway, Drug Emporium is a vitamin store, health food store type thing over in Lafayette, Louisiana. What is Lafayette? About an hour's drive from here or so. I don't know so much about that blade. It's doing. But they sell the Penard aftershaves, and they used to have Williams, and they sell all the different. They sell Penard other products. Their hair tonic and gel. They sell the shave cream, the shave soap in the little tub. And the shave cream. Oh yeah, that blade's fine. And the shave cream in the tube. And again, this is all, as of last time I was there, they still had all this stuff. So I used to go over there and get refills for my Penard stuff, and I could buy all the Williams I wanted. And hey, speaking of that, Tristan, did your Williams make it in? I haven't checked. You may have already sent me an email or something on it, and I just haven't noticed it. I seem to take random days and just kind of disconnect from looking at emails and things like that. Usually it coincides to when I'm off work, so I haven't checked email in the last day or two. We'll see. But anyway, so they had that. I can also get the Chinese chick injector blades, the one they call the chicks. I can get those over there off the shelf. So it used to be fun going by there, looking and seeing what they had and get stuff, and things like the grooming clean and things of that nature, hair gels and this, that, and the other. So we'll get over there and see what they have. But they also started selling the Shaving Factory stuff, and they had VDH, the starter kits and everything over there. They were pretty nice place. And I was looking one day, and noticed that The Shave Factory soap was made in Turkey. Another Turkish soap. Now I don't remember if it was Toast 2 or 3 or where. On one of the Toast sites I had posted a deal about finding another Turkish soap. Yeah. He does a good job. You can still get it. It just hadn't stopped making it. I looked it up just a few minutes ago. Because I never can remember if it's the Shave Factory or the Shaving Factory. It's Shave Factory. Alrighty then. Ooh, that's doing a good job. Ain't nothing in the world like a good old auto strop shave. Now, do I like my auto strops better than my valet auto strops? I do. I mean, I think the valets look really good. They're really cool with all the gears. I've actually got a imitation strop, or reproduction strop, I should say. Now, I don't think it does any good at all to strop modern blades. I know there's people, again, that say that they can and they get more use out of them, or they can strop the old blades and they can get them back to where they can be used and that kind of stuff, and I've never been able to do it. More power to you if that's something you can do. But it's really neat. I've even got one of the Ever-Ready blade stroppers. It works the same way. You feed the strop through, and as you move the handle backwards and forwards, up and down the strop, the blade flops from side to side. So it's got all these really neat gears. If you haven't seen before, it's well, this one you can't really see the gears that good. Oh, you can, right there on the end. You got the gears there, and really a steam pump look to it, and you sit there and you run it backwards and forwards, and the blade flopping and flopping and flopping and flopping and working and stuff, and but that's really neat. But I like the older model. You know, the auto strops came before the valet auto strops. I think the auto strops look better, although I think the valet auto strops are very nice looking. But I just like the regular auto strops, and it's probably all in my head. I mean, they don't shave any. I mean, razor to blade's blade. Get a great shave out of either one. There's nothing complicated about getting a good shave. It's you know, they don't have the cap like the 1912s and stuff, but it's still the same principle as far as finding angle and all. It's angle and pressure. Oh, we're looking for the angle and pressure. It's holding the blade, it's not defective, and you can hold a constant angle and pressure, you can make it shave. There we go, look at there. Alrighty. Another fine shave, compliments of the auto strop. And I'll show it off again here before we get done. But you don't see the A's and the B's as much as you do the valet auto strops. And now that I said that, the next 15 people I talk to, oh, I found one, ran across it, and didn't give it $3 for it. It seems to be always the way it goes when I say it's hard to find something. We did that a little while back on the H2 there. I said how hard it was to find it, and I think 3 people at Toast picked one up the next week. I hadn't seen one on for a while. But if you want to see some other interesting auto strop stuff, look for the auto strop utility knife. And it's a folding utility knife, a little about that long, and in the middle of it had a hole because they had this, what was that, cheroots in cigar shape. It came up narrow at the top, so it was pointy at the top, and you stick it to the hole and you clip your cigar. Now that doesn't work on the more modern because it's a small, you know, it's a small cutter, so you can't use it on a big ring gauge cigar of the day. You can use it on the smaller ring gauge. But anyway, it was for cheroots, I think, is if I'm remembering correctly. But anyway, if you get a chance, look one of those up. I've got a couple of them. I've given a couple of them away. They're just kind of neat to have. And they'll use that same blade, or you can modify the gem blade for it, or you can get the carbon steel feather blades, and they will work okay in the cigar cutter and utility knife. They don't shave. And there's nothing you can do to make a dull blade shave. And people say, oh, you can do this and bring it back, and I say, hey, more power to you. If you can do it, knock it out. I can't do it. All right, so here we go. We're going to splash on a little bit of the Turkish goodness here. And I've been told I need to get a few more of these, get some of the different numbers and different scents. That they have a lemon that's really good. Apparently they're big on lemon aftershave, and I may have to try that out. But anyway, for right now, that's going to do for today. Well, I'm going to jump in the shower and finish getting cleaned up and stuff so I can motor off and pay some bills. And hopefully y'all are having as good a day as it is here. It's a beautiful day outside. Like I said, I went out and walked the dog. It is a gorgeous day. Hasn't started getting too hot and humid yet. Coming. It's coming. But anyway, so, we'll talk to you later. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.